Premier League football's back. Garnacho scores one of the best goals we've ever seen and starting to feel lonely at the top again. This is Foot and Mouth. Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. We are two pretty happy supporters here today because we both got wins. But Ethan, you got to see a worldie from your boy Garnacho.
Garnacho did score a world-class goal. Before that, though, we got to touch on Al Nassr this week. There was a penalty.
We're starting with Ronaldo's humility.
Yeah, there was a pen, and Ronaldo, being the sportsman that he is, decided, hey, it's not a pen. That shouldn't have been a pen. So he actively went to the ref, told him it's not a pen. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this before.
Yeah. And what was the final score?
No. So they probably could have used the pen. I'm not gonna put the blame on Ronaldo. I think it was worth it. And I see a lot of people because in like last week there were those things where Messi like grabbed the dude by the neck and he was like swearing out Rodrigo and shit. I saw people saying like, what, Ronaldo is saying he doesn't want pens and Messi's getting into fights. What the fuck has happened?
What, like it's a 180.
So basically he went up to the ref, told him that's not a pen. And like that's really cool to see him do that. Yeah, fair play. Obviously they did draw.
It's unfortunate that they didn't get a win, but I would like to see that type of sportsman-like conduct happening more often. I understand when players don't do it though, bro. Like, if you get a pen, take the pen.
If I'm Ronaldo, I don't know why the fuck he did that. I'm literally, everyone is counting down Ronaldo's goals until he has 1,000.
If you're the manager,
I'm pissed. But I wouldn't have done it. I'm so surprised Ronaldo did do it.
But I am happy.
Good on the man. He did it.
Yeah.
I think that we all trying to count down to 1,000. Ronaldo, you could have taken that goal.
Ronaldo, maybe he doesn't need that goal.
Yeah,
he's gotten enough hat-tricks this season already, bro. He's going to get another one.
Well, with the rules that were put in place about teams being able to loan other players, we might see him go to Newcastle for a stint at one point. Yeah.
Hat-tricks in the Prem, bro. I'm all for it.
But we do have to touch on the week before that. Ronaldo did score 2 fucking wonderful goals.
Yeah.
Oh my word. He scored one that was like a distance dipper. Yeah. Went in last minute. Yeah. Ronaldo's killing.
Nearly pulled the
he genuinely did nearly. He's killing the Saudi league. I don't know why nobody else is like, we saw Benzema's doing nothing. Neymar's been injured.
Okay, yeah, Neymar's out. But Mane,
he's okay. He's playing one with Ronaldo.
But isn't that just because of Ronaldo?
I know. And the thing is, even in the Euro qualifier, we saw Ronaldo ended second in that list for top goals. Yeah. No, Ronaldo's killing it. I actually do hope that Newcastle at some point with their deal that they have with Al Nassr and all those Saudi teams that they own, I would love to see Ronaldo go to Newcastle.
I'm still iffy on that rule, but
I'm fine with the rule. If I'm an owner and I own these teams, I should be allowed. I should be allowed to work within these teams.
It does make sense. I just don't like the idea. It just seems weird. I guess it's because it's so new.
The thing
is, the possibility's always been there.
What was it, like eight teams voted for it or something?
Yeah, it was off by one vote. They needed 2/3 of the vote. Had to vote against it, but they one vote in favor of the rule.
I don't know why any like small team would vote for that rule, because as a small team that is just going to shit on you.
But there are some small teams that where the owners own them and like a decent team in the Serie A or something. Like I think that's the logic there. Yeah, I've heard of some owners owning like a championship side and then they own a League One side. Like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, look, it's a cheap way to get into English football. If you get promoted from a championship into the Premier League, you're in the Premier League now. You stay in there for one season and you pretty much can.
It's not guaranteed though.
It's not guaranteed at all. But I mean, look, like I said, the possibilities have always been there. Now we're just going to start to kind of see them. And speaking of possibilities, there's always been a possibility of seeing a worldie anytime there is a football match played. And that Garnacho one, bro.
That was probably the best bicycle kick we've seen in the Premier League ever.
This is going to go down in history, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever you want to say about what your favorite goal is of all time, this is in the top 10. This is in the top 10. It's in the top 5.
I saw a lot of people comparing it, obviously, to Rooney's one against City.
I think Nacho did it better.
Yes, but looking like a Manchester derby is a much bigger game to do it in than Everton.
The stakes, yeah.
So I think the stakes are higher in Rooney's goal, but for sure, the Rooney does shin it when he gets his one. Garnacho hit that ball perfectly.
It's clean.
He was far out. There was dip on it. Pickford was not getting anywhere close to that. There was no one who could have saved that.
It was clean. Can I ask, does this swing your Palestri Garnacho?
Look,
Because you prefer Palestri.
I'm not going to say Palestri could do the same thing. But I think if Palestri had the time that Garnacho's been given, because we've got to admit, Garnacho started a lot of games. It's a lot more time.
They've invested in
I think if Palestri did get that time, he would be scoring clutch goals like that, or at least making clutch assists like that. But obviously, you can't compare anything to that bicycle. It's the best United goal that's been scored in like 10 years.
Bruh. And I think they went hand in hand with probably the best United performance you've seen this season.
Yeah, definitely. At least in a long time. Because there were a few games where we looked decent. Maybe not this season, But last season, like we beat Barcelona and shit. But yeah, this season probably
this season
the best.
had it all. Onana pulled off some really good saves.
He did, but
clean sheet.
We gotta like. The fact that Garnacho even went for that, I got it, but I was sketched out when I saw him doing that. I think that's where youth kind of like helps him out because no 30-year-old player is going that for that off the bat.
You know already this could be a massive waste here if this goes wrong.
And I think it was like his first shot of the game. Yeah. Like there was 3 minutes in. Like 3 minutes in, you are literally going for a bicycle immediately. No experienced player is going for that.
Dude.
So I think youth did work out in his favor, and I mean, he scored it. And I think that was
Ten Hag probably had a heart attack when he saw it.
I'm sure I did.
He was like, oh no.
But that was a nice, obviously 3 minutes in, that kind of takes the edge off of the game.
Yeah.
You're away at Goodison Park. That's a hostile environment. Obviously, Everton are coming off the bat of their 10-point deductions.
So every game is literally a relegation fight now.
I did think that Everton would come out swinging a bit more just because of the whole points deduction thing. Well, what do you think of that? Everton losing points, is that fair?
I think it's fair only if the same rules apply for everyone.
Do you think it's going to?
It remains to be seen with Man City. Mm-hmm. That's genuinely my only gripe with this whole process is if you're not going to punish everyone accordingly for the same infringements, then what's the point of it?
Yeah.
And that's it. I think it's harsh on Everton if they're the only ones that get punished this season.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And it's tough because I think they're a lot easier of a target as well than City.
They're much easier of a target.
City are gonna fight back with every charge that was placed against them, and they have so much money they can get all the lawyers they need. I think Everton were made an example of.
But again, that's not the club to make an example of out of.
Yeah.
That's not the club to do it with, bro. Man City is the club to do it with.
Yeah, but again, Everton's a lot easier to get.
Exactly.
To get them done
and all they've done is kind of just proven that if you got the money, bro,
you can
get away with it.
No, it is shit. It's as if I were Everton fan, I would feel so pissed off at the league as a whole.
Dude, even the players, bro.
Yeah, even the players.
Players must be so frustrated.
And I think that's fair.
Because they were doing decent. Let's be honest. Before this, I mean, they were clear of relegation. Which is that was the goal for this season. This season was to find stability again. And even though they weren't racking up the points wherever they needed to, they were racking up enough to at least be.
Well, they could still rack up enough. Luckily for them, the relegation teams look so shit this season that the Everton could still pull out and survive.
That's true, but it's just kind of whack that now they have another stumbling block.
And it also doesn't help them that the week that they lose is the week that Luton win, because now Luton are clear of them at the top. So
even that win was like what?
Yeah. But the Everton did get a bit fecked. But they look decent in this game. Onana United's one made some big saves, and I think he's done a nice turn off form. We were obviously clowning on the dude at the start.
No, I think he was pretty flawless in this game.
I think these last couple of games, last 2-3 games, I think he's been very good.
Same for Maguire.
And I think we know Onana's not a shit goalkeeper. We know that. He played for Inter Milan. He made it to the Champions League final. We know he's not a shit goalkeeper. Yeah. So I think it's good to see him finally playing at the level where we think he should be at.
Yeah. Why you spent the money.
Exactly. One place I'm a bit sketched out is Varane didn't start again.
Which is weird because he's not injury related.
No, he's not. He's not injured at all. The talk is though that he's had a complete fallout with Ten Hag. Because he's pissed that Evans and Maguire are being chosen before him, which I completely agree with. If I'm Varane, I don't care how good Maguire's playing, he should not be being chosen before me.
And I don't care how much of a opinion you have on Johnny Evans, bro.
He
should
came
not be
out
of retirement for this.
The argument I've seen Ten Hag make is that he doesn't like having a right-footed player on the left centre back. So he would rather put someone like Lindelof there who is left-footed.
Okay.
And it makes sense. You are open to more passes if you have the angle. Yeah. But I think Varane's so good. He should just
surely with his weaker foot, he's as good as Lindelof with his best foot.
Exactly. this guy has won basically everything you can win in the sport. I think anytime he is fit, he 100% should play.
Yeah.
I'm
with that. I understand the logic behind Ten Hag's thinking if that is the case.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But you gotta know that there's a compromise, bro. There genuinely is a compromise. Varane, even if he isn't gonna be at his absolute best on the left side, which I doubt, I don't think he's gonna be much worse than he is at his regular position just because he shifted to the left. Like that dude, I've always thought that he's such a good presence on the pitch because of how he communicates with the midfield.
No, you hear a lot of people say like, oh, he's the Rolls Royce of defenders, but Varane actually is a fucking Rolls Royce of defenders. He's so smooth. His quality is there. He's got so much experience.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any United team that he shouldn't be starting in. If he's fit, he should start. That should be it.
Yeah.
This does continue a run of Ten Hag seeming to feud with top paid players. We saw it with Ronaldo, we saw it with De Gea, we saw it with Sancho.
Yeah.
All of these players were earning 200k plus a week. Same thing with Varane, he's earning more than 200k a week. Mm-hmm. There's talks now as well that Casemiro is there's Saudi offers for him. He might also be falling out with Ten Hag. There clearly is a pattern of big egos and Ten Hag falling out with them.
But on that, can I ask, is it worth it considering that you guys are still the informed club?
Yeah, but also I don't think Varane starting would have changed that. You know what I mean? I still think we beat these games with Varane starts. That's what I'm trying to say.
I just mean more, I guess, like the fact that we can complain that he's not starting yet United are still getting the results. You can't really argue with Ten Hag's approach.
No, I can. Because these results are like, other than this Everton game, these results are complete scraps, dude. We're scrapping 1-0 wins. We're barely winning. We're getting lucky with ref decisions. I think no matter how you look at it, Varane should start. I don't know how, as a manager, you could have fallout with a player this good. Last season, he was literally our best centre-back.
Yeah, true.
And this is a worrying trend of Ten Hag falling out with these players. I don't know if it's just that he can't handle big ego players or he was specifically told, hey, maybe start getting rid of some of these wages.
Yeah.
But in that same light, he's gone and given Rashford a fucking 300k a week contract, and he's playing worse than all of them.
That's true. He needed that penalty.
You need it, and yes, we'll get into that. But yeah, look, Ten Hag, I don't know, something's happening there. I don't know whether it's his fault, whether it's the player's fault, but something is definitely happening there. Coming back into this game, Kobe Mainoo started. Finally, we
played most of the game.
He was injured since the preseason. This is his debut, and to be honest, man of the match performance. He's composed. He's tidy. That's like, I think Keane after the match, like Roy Keane said, he is a United player. You can see that he is a United player. He's one of the few people on the pitch where you look at him play and it's like, wow, this dude actually has something.
Yeah.
For him to, I think this is his debut in the Premier League now as well. For him to debut like this, there was a one point where he cleared a ball that was on the line. He saved us.
Yeah.
Man of the match performance. This kid's gonna be a star. As much as
17, 18.
Yeah, he's super young. As much as I like Hannibal, as much as I like Amrabat, Mainoo is starting over Mejbri. Mainoo is starting over both of them for sure. There's no way
he's starting over McTominay. He's starting over Eriksen.
100%.
He's starting over.
There was a penalty given in the game, and Bruno, the captain he is, decided to give the ball to Rashford, let him take the pen.
A lot of humility on display this weekend,
a lot of humility on display. Obviously that's the right move as a captain to make. You give the.
Who did it first, by the way? Did Ronaldo turn down the pen before Bruno gave the pen to Rashford?
No, I think that was after.
Oh,
I think it was after. But to be honest, I don't think scoring a pen does anything for Rashford. Confidence-wise, I think that does fuck all for him.
Yeah.
Because you saw, he didn't even really celebrate the goal. He scored the penalty. He didn't even.
And then he went
there
on
was
about
there was no head point. There was no, like, he literally did nothing. I think he's got absolutely no confidence. But I also think he's a shit player.
You've made that very clear.
A lot of people are going to argue, once he finds his form, he'll get going. I don't think it's that. I think even when he was scoring goals last season, he was having shit games. I think even if he does find confidence, he's still a shit player. It really was a pity pen, and I don't think it's to do anything for him. Am I being too harsh?
I think so, bro.
Okay. My Marcus, if you're watching, yeah, sponsor. I know you'd agree. Look, this is a good win for United. This is 5 wins in 6 games for United. That's huge.
Dude.
Anthony Martial got a goal and assist. I think based off of that alone, he deserves more game time.
Good goal.
Yeah, nice goal. I don't know whether Højlund was injured or not, but he does deserve more game time just based off this alone.
Yeah.
Erik ten Hag obviously was in the stands for this game. He wasn't allowed pitch side.
Yeah.
And obviously we were at JC's house watching the game, and shout
out JC.
Shout out JC, and she had kind of joked maybe he should always just not be on the pitch. Maybe he's kind of like maybe makes the players like too nervous when he's on the pitch.
Maybe
there is something to that.
He's very Heisenberg-y, super intense,
with his fucking
super intense.
And I think maybe there actually is something to that. He looked very cute with his little hat in the stands watching the game. Maybe we just need ten Hag just to watch from the stands.
Yeah, they looked at him and it was like the armor was broken. You know, the players were like, "Oh, he's human."
But yeah, you know, a good 3-0. That's a huge win for United away from home.
And it's good going into the Champions League.
Exactly. I'm happy as a clam right now. Obviously we didn't dominate, but I'm happy with the win. I'll take it.
And look, in closing on Man United going into the Champions League away at Galatasaray. Obviously, the first time you guys played this season didn't go so great.
Yeah.
Do we think there's going to be a change of fortunes tomorrow?
Well, look, to be honest, there has to be. I know I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah,
now,
but this is if you lose this now, you're out. Yeah.
Yeah, we literally out if we lose it.
So it's a must
So
win.
there has to be some kind of change. I don't
Turned
know.
things around against Barca last season, bro.
Yeah, we did, but again, we were playing much better last season. I don't know whether I'm assuming Højlund starts in this game now. Obviously, he's got the most Champions League goals in our whole team. So I'm assuming he starts. Other than that, though, I think we see a lot of the same. Rashford, Garnacho.
Because you got to go full strength again.
You got to go full strength. This is a must
Mainu
win.
starts?
Yeah, I think he deserves to, And as much as I say, I think Martial deserves to as well. I think just because of Højlund's form in the Champions
Gotta
League,
start him.
he has to play.
If anything, bench Rashford and put Martial out wide.
I would love that. I think Martial out. I think in terms of quality, Martial is a better footballer than Rashford is. So I think.
agree.
So I think.
Rashford's just a better finisher.
Yeah, he has his moments. He's explosive, whatever. But in terms of like just like set up quality, I think Martial is a better player.
For sure.
I would be happy with Martial out on the wing and Højlund up front. I would love it if we started playing both of them. But I think Rashford is going to play. Is the golden boy. I think he will play, and I expect United to still win this game.
Yeah? You're going to put a score on it?
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
You don't think Gala's scoring at home?
I don't think so.
Wilfred Zaha not going to come back to Manchester United at home.
Nah, I ain't scared.
Damn.
I ain't scared.
I actually think this is going to be a draw. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. I think it's going to be a 2-2. I think it's going to be a 2-2. Getting on to my boys.
Yeah, this
The
was
league
this was
leaders.
almost a draw.
The league. Shout out Kai Havertz. 89th minute.
Yeah, you couldn't have waited any later.
And what a way to pull it off, bro. You know, Arteta, obviously, when we signed him, brought up his height and his physical presence in the box for aerial walls. And we haven't seen much of that this
We
season.
haven't seen much of anything from him this season.
You know what? I don't even think that that's necessarily a bad thing because the results have been good. And I feel like this is like a no news is good news type situation. He's just being average more often than not. But as long as he's not putting in howlers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. You know, I'd obviously love to see Smith Rowe get more game time, even Vieira. But we obviously spent a lot of money on this boy. And that type of goal is one of those things where it's like, that's why you spent the money on him. You know what I mean? We didn't find a way. He found that pocket of space and he finished it. And we played well. It's not that we played terribly. It's just that Brentford was so difficult to break down.
And we've seen Brentford do this before. They
Yeah.
did it
Anti-football.
against United. They're very good at a low block, get players behind the ball, counter attack.
Everybody.
They're good at doing that against specifically big teams.
Yeah.
And I do want to point out Ethan Pinnock. Not just because we got the same name.
You highlighted him. You said before, and that you think that he was going to be the reason Arsenal don't win this.
Yeah.
And for 89 minutes, you
Dude,
were right.
they were this close
For
to
89
keeping a
minutes,
draw.
you were right, bro.
But yeah, Brentford are very good defensively. Ethan Pinnock is a fucking monster as a centre back. I'm gonna touch on fantasy league for a bit. I'm thinking of bringing him into my team just because there's Brentford have actually a decent run of games coming up.
Yeah.
And I think a player like him, who's going to get game time and who's probably their best defender, he's going to play.
Yeah.
And if Brentford do the same kind of play against lower teams, which they probably won't, they probably are only going to be this
They'll get
defensive.
a lot more joy, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I think if they do play this defensively against teams on their level, they will smash them. But I think they will, obviously against lower teams, they're going to be a bit more open. They're going to want to get goals, so they probably won't defend as hard. But if I were them, honestly, just defend every single game. Defend and counter with Wisa and Mbermo every single
At
game.
least until Tony's back.
Genuinely.
I think look, it was even like losing 1-0 to Arsenal as well, not the end of the world. I don't think they're gonna go like they're not gonna go back to the changing room like frustrated
No, you
or
can't.
anything. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating to have lost it right at the end, but Arsenal did go into the favourites. So to hold us to a 1-0 was good. We
but
obviously had to do some defending. Ramsdale back in goal, couldn't play Raya, and that first half,
Ramsdale made 2 big mistakes.
that first half was terrifying.
There was one mistake where he tried to play out from the back and Burmo takes the ball off of him. Luckily, they didn't fucking score.
Yeah, and who was there?
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice,
Dickers was
brother.
on the line for a goal line clearance.
That's why you spent 105
And then
more,
there was
bro.
another part where Ramsdale wanted to like throw the ball, and I don't know if he just.
I've never ever seen a throw like that before in my life.
I don't know if he.
I've never seen that
I don't
go
know if
wrong.
he was caught between 2 minds, but he ended up just bouncing the ball on the
I
floor.
have never seen that. That was the weirdest thing. But he
Yeah.
looks, his confidence
No,
is
it's
shot.
shot. It's completely shot.
It is
and,
shot.
and again, I said you can't have 2 starting goalkeepers. One of them or both of them is going to have shitty confidence
is
because they know as soon
absolutely
as they
shot.
make a mistake, there's someone waiting to take their place.
To be
you can't
fair,
have that.
To be fair, second half he turned it around. Second half he was absolutely spot on in goal. It's just that first half is a very unfortunate blip
Yeah,
on
it's terrible.
what was genuinely a good overall team performance. William Saliba, bro.
Yeah,
That dude is like we mentioned, Varane, Rolls Royce of defenders. Saliba's the second coming, bro.
like I've seen a lot of people say like Saliba's like he's like the perfect new breed of defender who's like physical, tall, fast. He can basically do it all.
And he's intelligent.
It's the same thing with Van Dijk. They're similar like type builds.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saliba is, you can't doubt his quality at this point.
And I still think Gabriel is being very, very much underrated because of how good Saliba is. But that partnership continues to impress, bro. And
It's just that the thing with Gabriel is he could be taken out the team at some point. Saliba's never going to be taken out that team.
fair enough. But the thing is,
Like if
honestly, if you
Partey,
ask me,
if Partey comes back
Yeah.
and they decide to start doing that inverted fullback thing again, I could easily see either Partey or Kivior coming in for Gabriel and him being the one that comes out.
I would 100% guarantee you that Gabriel doesn't leave that starting lineup.
You don't think so?
Remember, Saliba was rested more than he was this season already so far.
Yeah, but
Gabriel got called up into the Brazil national team.
Saliba's
and he's impressing
also,
there.
I think Saliba's more injury prone.
So possibly, but at the same time, Gabriel has already proven he had to hold shit down while Saliba was injured last season. He's played every single season.
The thing is, he didn't really, because Arsenal then lost the season when Saliba was.
I know, but we still finished second though.
Yeah.
We didn't absolutely capitulate.
For sure.
We finished second.
But between the two of them, Saliba's definitely
Saliba
better.
is definitely
if
better.
one of them is getting pulled out the team, it's Gabriel.
He is better. But what I'm saying is, if you ask me right now, if I could have my pick of who to partner Saliba with in football, I'm picking Gabriel.
Obviously, but I'm
Genuine.
saying if one of them is coming out, it's Gabriel.
If one, Gabriel,
what I'm saying.
Gabriel would come out.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think that's a possibility. Not this season. Even with Kivior, even with Tommy Yasu being able to play centre back, I don't think that happens. But I think Gabriel is super important to that back line, and that's why I say I think he's just underrated because Saliba is just that good, bro. Saliba he's one of them. Every single game, I saw his stat now. He's played 40 games in the Premier League for Arsenal. He's won 30. He's lost 6, drawn 4. That is a crazy stat. You know what I mean? And I think after this game, obviously going into the Champions League, that was a nice, as nervy as it was a nice way to win it. Out of nowhere because it
a
looked
win's
like
a win.
we,
It's a good win for Arsenal.
It looked like we weren't gonna pull it off,
Yeah.
bro. But they found a way. We never stopped pushing.
What separates the winners from the losers is being able to win those scrappy 1-0
Bro,
wins.
with a little dinked-in header.
Yeah.
That guy Evans himself said it was a brilliant goal, bro.
So I think as an Arsenal fan, you can only be happy with that
Nah,
result.
I'm happy, bro. Look, Saka obviously got the assist, which is good. He was kept very quiet throughout the game. But again, every game that boy just gets doubled up on, tripled up on.
Yeah.
So it's the norm. But the fact that he can still find space to get an assist was good. Odegaard came back into the team from his injury. He was a little bit average. But again, first game back. And we didn't lose. And he didn't do badly. It's just that, obviously he's not that showstopper that we saw at the beginning of the season, bro. I hope he finds that form again. But going into this Champions League game, that's obviously a big one for us. We are playing against Lens. They beat us the first time around.
Arsenal cannot lose this one.
Nah, I don't think we will this time.
There's no way. Like, I know Lens were able to pull off a win the first time.
Now,
but
look, we lost because of the occasion, bro.
Yeah.
Lens had nothing to lose. First game back in the Champions League, home stadium, blah, 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 all that shit. It's not going to happen this time.
It can't.
I think this is going to be I think this will be a 2-0. David Raya probably back in goal.
Yes,
and Yeah, man. The rest of
David Raya is their choice goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That is Arteta's choice. That decision has been made.
And the rest of the lineup, I think, will also be pretty similar to what we saw against Brentford. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to at least a more open game than the first one was, because that first one we were shell shocked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, I think the confidence is there. Obviously, top of the table now. We didn't have that with us going into the first one as well. So I think the momentum's with us, the confidence is with us, and it should be a 2-0, bro.
Liverpool really did the Premier League a hand by drawing with City, eh?
Open shit up. So speaking on City Liverpool, who did you think was going to take it going in? Did you think a draw was on the cards?
No, I would have predicted a City win. I would have predicted also a low-scoring game, though.
You did predict low scoring.
And it was a bit of a scrappy game.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool, I think, to be honest, Liverpool getting a point out of this is as good as a win.
Yeah, bro.
Because they didn't play well. I don't think they like. I think City were the better team. They had more possession. They had more shots on target.
Yeah.
I think City were the better team. I just think Alisson a lot of the time fucking saved them. Alisson, he did make a mistake that led to the goal. He cleared the ball that Ake got, which then led to the win. Ake dribbles past two players, plays in a ball to Haaland. Haaland 3 touches, scores a goal.
Bruh.
So Alisson did make that mistake, but I still think Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world.
Dude.
The saves that he made, especially in this game, some of his saves were incredible.
Yeah.
But I think, to be honest, I think even though Liverpool didn't do that well, I don't think they can be too upset. I think Liverpool's defense was surprisingly good. I expected Doku to kill Trent. And he didn't really. There were a lot of like compilations I saw where like people were saying like, yeah, Doku really only got past him like twice.
Yeah.
He always got to him and then had to like cut in. He never really got past him. So I think Trent did well defensively. I also expected Foden to cook Tsimikas a bit more on the left. Foden was quite quiet all game.
Had a good game, bro.
He did it. I think generally Liverpool's defense had a good game. I think Matip was underrated this game. Obviously Van Dijk is Van Dijk.
It was also a strong comeback. I mean, Trent got the goal in the 80th minute.
Yeah, no, it was a nice goal, eh?
Goal.
Salah gets the assist. Salah has 6 goals and 11 assists against City. He's actually got the most goals and assists against City out of all his opponents. But yeah, I think City would be a little peeved that they didn't win this because they had the chances.
It's such a flex, bro.
It is a bit of a flex. Alvarez looked poor. Alvarez has been looking poor the last couple of games. I don't know if he's burnt out. I don't know if he's just. I don't know. Maybe he's just played too many games because he has played.
I think it's burnout. He's young.
Exactly. He has played a lot of games. I think City are waiting for KDB to come in at this point because as soon as KDB comes in, Alvarez goes out, and then there's a bit more leeway. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Alvarez start rotating now already.
Probably.
There were 2 disallowed goals.
But rightfully disallowed?
Yes, rightfully disallowed. Where Kanji kind of got involved with Alisson while Alisson was trying to like catch the ball. There was one where he pushed Alisson in. There was one where Alisson went to grab it and Kanji kind of like grabbed his arm. I think both of them, yes, fouls. You touch the goalkeeper, that's a foul. Those are the rules. Which speaking of that, I think the ref had a good game. I think any big game like this, nowadays the hope is that the ref doesn't mess it up.
Yeah.
So I think for the ref to not be too involved, there weren't any major decisions, obviously, other than those goals. I think that's a good sign from the ref. I think the ref did well.
Yeah.
I think City made no subs also this entire game, which is a bit weird to me. Like some of their players looked tired and they made no subs.
I think Bayern Munich also in their game, Thomas Tuchel also in an interview spoke about how he didn't make a single sub in the entire game. First time he's ever done that.
I don't know what that's about. I think with the amount of subs that they get given nowadays, you should try and make as many as you can, try and keep the team fresh. But yeah, I think Klopp and Liverpool will be pretty happy with this outcome.
Yeah, and then obviously the other big game that we saw was Spurs versus Villa at Spurs home. Unai Emery, bro.
Yeah, Unai Emery, what a manager.
It was a huge weekend for me, can I say, just because of the fact that Spurs lost alone.
Again, though.
But on top of that, it wasn't just Spurs that lost.
We did say Spurs without Van der Ven and without Madison, they are a different team, bro. Yeah. That high line isn't the same when you don't have a defender who's fast as shit who can get back.
That's true.
Spurs, though, hat-trick of offside goals by Son, eh?
That's true.
I think he's the 5th or 4th player to ever do that.
It's also a hat-trick of defeats now.
Yeah, well, I think there'll be more. Spurs were obviously unlucky. I mean, anytime you get a hat-trick of offsides, that is unlucky.
Yeah.
But they are just lacking. They can't play that same style without those same players.
Without
You just
Madison,
can't.
without Van de Ven, that's
You
true.
just can't.
It was good that Udogie's back.
Yes, yeah.
But,
Doggy's back.
Dude, it's Villa's defender, Pau Torres, that got the goal, and Ollie Watkins, bruh.
Yeah, he also scored an offside goal.
Yes.
Yeah, what a player, eh?
I'm sorry, it's only, I mean, I know he signed a new deal at Villa, but he's gonna get picked up from somewhere.
He has to.
At some point, he has to. And then, the other London boys that got a big L.
4-1 to Newcastle.
Oh,
I guess.
my word.
Would you have predicted this?
Not at all, bro. Not a 4-1.
Even though you'd see Chelsea as shit.
I predicted a Newcastle win. I said Chelsea are shit. I said that they would lose their next game after they impressed against City and Spurs because they would be cooked after those games. I would never have expected it to go down like this, bro. 4-1 and a red card to Reece James, bro. Now, I think it's the first time he's going to be missing, not because of injury.
Yeah, look, and he made two dumb fouls.
Dumb.
There. Yeah, that was just like the occasion getting to him.
Even he himself you saw on the pitch, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it got to his head.
And as the captain, you can't be making dumb shit like that. You for real?
Yeah.
That cannot be happening. There's no it's not acceptable in any way, to be
At all,
honest.
bro. And then, look, I know I wanted to give a lot of props to Ollie Watkins, but in this game, Alexander, he suck.
Yeah, he scored. He scored in the first 12 minutes of his return game.
It's the new Henry, bro. It's the new Thierry Henry.
And 17-year-old, I think his name is Lewis Miley.
Yeah.
He got an assist, and we were literally clowning on him.
When we saw the lineup, we were like, who is this kid?
17-year-old, he's gonna get
Against Chelsea, bro.
No, he proved himself. That was a nice pass to get the assist as well.
No, it was a crazy game.
I mean, Sterling's free kick. What a free kick. Oh, my word. And then what pissed me off is they get a free kick later and they don't let Sterling take it. They let Reece James take it.
Oh, was it Reece James?
I was like, what the dude literally just scored a free kick. Why not let him take the next one?
Bro.
I know James usually takes them.
Nah, it was bad for Chelsea.
Chelsea basically fell apart after 1-1.
They pulled the Spurs, bro.
Between the James red card, Thiago Silva also messed up a play that led to a goal.
Yep.
They completely fell apart. Sanchez missed a solid couple saves that he should have made. Nico Jackson cannot score a goal to save his life.
Nope, he's a tapping merchant,
The
bro.
players completely lost their head. One shit didn't start. One shit wasn't going their way. And rightfully so, Pochettino was fucking pissed. Eh?
Yeah.
He basically told them they're not going to have an off day. Training's in. This is unacceptable. And he's right. That is the way they collapsed is completely unacceptable.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't give him an off day.
But we got to give Newcastle their props. They did look good. The injured players are coming back. They will only get better from here.
Yeah, they will. But yeah, man, in terms of the other results, you don't have to touch too much on them. There weren't anything very noteworthy going on that side.
Forest, Brighton won 3-2 against Forest. Ferguson finally back in the team. He finally gets a fucking goal. De Zerbi needs to stop rotating this goddamn team.
Your fantasy league is suffering because of this guy,
I saw a stat that was like there's two teams that are basically doing like two rolling goalkeepers. It's Arsenal and the other one's Brighton. And Brighton have a terrible record this season. They have conceded so many goals. And they have been switching.
Well, Arsenal got the best defensive record now in the league.
But Brighton have been switching between, I think it's Steele and who's the other goalkeeper?
I don't even know isn't it something?
Is it
with a V?
Verbruggen?
I think it's Verbruggen.
But they've been switching between two goalkeepers, and I think they have one of the worst defensive records in the league so far. So clearly, again, the whole two goalkeeper situation is not working. Dunk got a red card in this game as well. He's their captain, and he got a red card for shit talking the ref. He got a yellow, and then he basically argued with the ref.
And then he argued into a second yellow.
Damn. Yeah. Luckily, though, Van Hecker was able to step up while he was off. He did well. Brighton didn't look too bad without him. João Pedro obviously scoring 2 goals.
Yeah, bro.
He's looking like a decent signing. When he gets the time,
I done been saying when they signed him, I said that was a gem, bro. That's a gem.
And then obviously we have to touch on, speaking of good signings, Ilanga for Forest. He scores a goal.
Still consistent, but he's been one of their best performers since he joined me, bro.
And
I thought it was a Doi season.
Hudson-Odoi, I think he won a penalty. He did win, so he did do something in this game.
As long as he's doing less than Ilanga, I'm happy, bro.
But yeah, I think obviously good result for Brighton. They haven't looked good in a while. Mm-hmm. So for them to win this game it's nice. That's
true. And again, it was good for my fantasy league because I've been sticking with Evan Ferguson, bro.
Yeah, even though last week we got nothing forward.
Dude.
Burnley were almost able to pull a point against West Ham, losing 2-1.
West Ham saved it late.
They did save it late.
This whole weekend, just saving it late, bro.
From
goal,
what I've seen, West Ham were fucking piss poor in this game, man.
Hey, man, as long as Kudus did well.
He did do well, got 2 assists.
Yep.
And he is in your fantasy team.
Yep.
That's finally paying off for you. You've had him in your team now for how long and he did nothing.
Stay believing, bro. Same with Ferguson.
Yeah, same, I guess. Hopefully Ferguson gets more time. But Burnley scored the first goal. Jay Rodriguez, eh?
Of all people.
I forgot this dude still plays soccer.
I always forget that he plays till I see Burnley playing. Then I'm like, oh.
And the thing is, I used to like this dude back in the day. I love that he's still in the Premier League and
Wasn't
still
he at
scoring
Liverpool?
goals. Yeah, he was at Liverpool. That's when I started. He was at Southampton before that.
Yeah.
And he killed it at
Southampton.
Southampton.
Feeding Liverpool, bro.
And yeah, with Ricky Lambert.
Yo.
Shout out to Ricky Lambert.
Wolf
I used
Speedman,
to
bro.
like him too. But yeah, Kudus 2 assists. I've seen actually people calling for Moyes out, eh? That's how bad they played.
Yo.
I
guess a 2-1 saving it for later against Burnley is not a good look.
But I wouldn't say Moyes out though.
They call Moyes out every season now. Looks like
Yeah,
it,
fair
bro.
enough.
Like he just won them a European trophy.
Their first trophy in like 10 years, by the way. As a West Ham fan, I would not be saying
my
Moyes out.
word,
I also
bro.
I saw people saying Danny Ings, get him out of the team. He was apparently dog
I
shit.
feel like he's just there literally as a body, bro.
Yeah, but even if he is a body, you still would like him to do something.
That's fair. Look, they're 9th. You know, it's not even like they're doing absolutely terribly.
Yeah, then they're not piss poor.
Ah.
A team that might be piss poor right now though is Palace losing 2-1 to Luton.
Yeah.
Look, it is at Luton's home. They fucking
I love their home atmosphere,
Yeah,
bro.
they-
From the couch at least.
they park. But this is terrible. Yeah. Palace should not be losing this game.
And there was rapid fire goals, eh? Luton scored the first in the 72nd minute. Crystal Palace scored in the 74th. And then
Yeah.
Luton ended up scoring the
Right
winner in the
afterwards.
83rd, bro.
Look, Elise did score an incredible goal. If you'd like this, honestly, one of the best goals
Yeah.
I've seen this season.
Yeah.
But other than that, not many positives for Palace, I don't think.
Not at all, bro.
Easy-
Especially look at the stats. Palace did dominate.
Yeah, and
They dominated, bro.
Eze went off injured. Doucouré went off injured. I think Doucouré's one is for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign for Palace. They are
Not a good
already
sign for
struggling.
Hodgson, bro.
No, it's not. I do want to shout out Luton though. There were some positives. Their attacking was good. Their goalkeeper Kaminsky really good. He made a nice double save at one point. Genuinely quality. I don't know who is he usually the goalkeeper? I don't know.
I have no idea, bro.
Look, he played very well though. And then yeah, let's just do Sheffield losing to Bournemouth 1-3.
Yeah.
What do you expect? It's Bournemouth, it's Sheffield. Sheffield's pretty much the worst team.
Yeah, bro.
Other than Burnley, they are the worst team in the league.
Tavernier brace, Justin Clivert got a goal. I think Solanke got an assist in this game.
Is
so
it?
his form continues.
Yeah, he's. I'm kind of thinking of bringing him in fantasy.
No?
Just
I know
'cause-
Jesse has him.
Just because Alvarez is doing nothing for me.
Fair enough. He may be worth a shout. And then Fulham obviously coming out to win 3-2 against Wolves again. Very, very late 94th minute penalty by Willian.
There were two pen calls in this game, I think.
Yeah. That Korean guy.
I saw some people saying that the ref may have screwed Wolves on this one because also Wolves historically have kind of been screwed by
Wolves
VAR this
manager,
season.
he was very, very heated in his post-match conference again.
Is it?
He
Then
was saying, I don't care about the flowers and the apologies. It's
yeah, Wolves have been done very dirty this season, and literally from the beginning of the season.
First
was
game
that
of the
first
season.
game against United when they should have got they have been honestly. Obviously we shouldn't it would be wrong if refs started giving them favor
true.
to make up. But I think to a certain extent we do have to look at how this team's been treated, bro.
Yeah, especially since refs do take that stuff into account. Like they do genuinely take certain things into account before making the decision. Like at this point, I wouldn't even blame one. If a ref is just like,
Yeah, just if it's 50-50, give it to them, dude. Like let's
maybe you just have that ruling for every clear cut wrong call made against Wolves, you give them that many 50-50.
give them a 50-50. Give them something at least.
Explain it to the captain of the other team going into the game. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be like, okay,
We've kind of done them dirty. We're going to give them one pen. If there's another one, we'll see.
just don't get into 50-50s.
But obviously, they still have Neto out. This is a good win for Fulham, though.
Huge win for Fulham,
the-
bro. Didn't do my fantasy league any favors.
Although you had Leno in keeps.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah,
they
there's
conceded two.
conceded
Bro.
Speaking again, let's. I think that's all the games, right?
Yeah,
Did
that's all the games.
Yeah, that is all again. Then let's touch on fantasy for a second.
Leno got me 2 points.
Yeah.
So I could have played Vicario, same result.
Is your team fully tallied up now? Are those the points?
Yeah, I got 54.
Points?
I'm above average for the first time in 2 weeks.
So where did you end? How many?
We on the up and up.
Did you
third? I am still third in the I'm still third in the log, still behind the Razine. Shout out to Razine.
You got more points than me this week though.
Yeah, but just one more. But that's what I'm saying. It was a good week for me, but I have to make up for 2 bad weeks now.
We have to shout out Nathaniel. Fucking 69 points. How the hell did you even do that?
Damn.
But yeah, that's a huge result for the boys.
What did he have? Marshall, bro. Who's in his team?
Onana got 9 points. Delow 12 points. He got an assist.
Damn.
No, that's a Nathaniel.
Yeah,
hopefully this is your come up.
2
bro.
Arsenal defenders as well, Saliba and Gabriel. Nathaniel, you know ball.
Yeah, you know ball apparently. Speaking of ball, Razine. Another good week for Razine. He
consistent.
He gets 1 point more than me. He's not that far behind me in second place.
Yeah, he's pulled a gap ahead. Actually, no, I closed that gap between him though.
But he's kind of closing the gap on me now.
Yes.
He's got a good team. He obviously took your advice, brought in Bernardo Silva.
I don't know why I speak.
Luckily, though, Silva did nothing this week.
That's true.
So if you had brought him in your team, it would have been absolutely for nux.
That's true. But look, he's already in his team for the next game week.
Let me see his team again. Just go there.
Rizzo FC. Yeah. Lascelles,
Watkins,
Pedro Neto, Saliba, Salah, okay. Douglas Luiz, bro. Douglas Luiz was a really good buy for him.
Yeah, surprisingly, Douglas Luiz is putting up consistent numbers.
And Douglas Luiz is an Arsenal target.
Well, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Again.
But yeah, I think Newcastle, Lascelles, I don't know. I think Lascelles with Botman coming back from injury, I wouldn't be surprised if Lascelles goes out the team again.
Take him out.
Dude, it's tough. I brought in Eze this week. He did nothing for me. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next week. Like I mentioned Ethan Pinnock, but there's a few, I'm thinking of Solanke. There's a lot of players I do want to bring in. But I might just have to stack up on defense just because my bench is non-existent. So I do need to start rationing out this team to get some depth.
Yeah, I hate using my free transfers for like bench players, bro.
Have you used a bench boost yet?
No, I still have a bench boost. I still have a triple captain.
Hectic. Because yeah, I was hectic. Because I saw the dude who won this week played his bench boost and his bench was insane.
Damn. No, look, I got to get his Stupiñán out. I don't know how long Bowen's out now.
Well, look, it's all we can say is it's tied at the top. The top 3 race is getting hot.
That's true, yo. That's true.
And I think there are enough differentials, especially with Logan. Logan's got Sterling. He's got quite a few differentials that no other player. Ben White.
Kudus,
I don't know anyone with Ben White.
Ben White kind of screwed me coming on late.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't see anyone with Ben White.
He just came on.
Another player that screwed you is Darwin. So Darwin has completely fucked you up multiple times, and you keep keeping him in your team.
Oh, Darwin.
But yeah,
even Matty Cash, bro. Matty Cash did me the worst.
Also, I think Aston Villa have kind of a tough run of games coming up. Are you going to get rid of him?
No.
No?
Maybe. But you see, I got to get it. Let me rather get rid of Stupiñán before him.
Yeah, fair enough. You do have to.
And Matty Cash, he's a defender that plays in midfield, bro. I like having players like that on my team.
Yeah, but he got you no points this week.
Yeah, but it's just this week. I think he's also coming back from an injury.
I'm also Diaby. I'm not fully convinced on Diaby yet.
You are mad. You are mad. Diaby is still, I'm convinced, as good a form that Madison's been on. I think give Diaby a few more weeks with Madison injured, and then there's going to be a shift in the signing of the season talk. Actually, no, that's actually probably going to be with Declan Rice, bro.
You think so?
Do you know that so far that man's got like 7 man of the match awards since he signed for us? If that's not value for money, bro.
How many goals you got though?
It doesn't matter, dog. As a holding midfielder, 7 man of the match awards in what, 11 games?
No, look,
13 games.
It's
that is value for money.
He's definitely, I think he's paying.
That's
absolute
for his money proof is in the pudding, bro. Absolute proof is in the pudding. Gee whiz. But he's not going in my fantasy league. As much as I respect the guy, because Ethan said it. Where's the goals, bro?
Look, I think there is something to be said though for a solid defense, because I think
you've done that with Rodri.
He scored 1 goal, hasn't he? I think he scored 1 or 2.
And he came close again for Brentford, and he will probably get bonus points.
I actually think Declan Rice would be a because is he cheap as shit? I'm assuming he's cheap.
Probably gonna be like 6 mil.
I think he's a decent shot. If you do want to put in a DM, obviously I did have Rodri in my team, but he gets too many cards. I think Declan Rice is a decent shot.
Alright, look, I think we'll have that playing players out like it's the Oscars here. Thank you guys for watching the show. Let us know what you think about the results, your predictions for the Champions League, and what your fantasy leagues look like. What's a bizarre player that you guys have in your team? I'm quite surprised by some of the names that I've seen.
Yeah, no, I am too.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.